Hello, students. Nature has bestowed innumerable resources in this universe, and Earth is a unique planet which comprises of air, water, land, life, which is not found in any other part of the universe. Earth is also the domain of immense natural resources like water, air, forest, different species of animals, birds, and minerals, etc. Today, let us know some of the important minerals and power resources of India, that is Geography 8th lesson. In this lesson, today, let us learn meaning and importance of minerals, important minerals of India, their regions, distribution, and production, power resources of India, meaning and importance, conventional power resources like coal, petroleum, and nuclear power, then energy crisis and remedies for them in India. Minerals, as you can see in the picture, are dug out or extracted from the earth. They are found deep inside the earth as well as in water. They are inorganic substances, which means they are substances that are composed of matter other than animal or plant. Example: iron ore, copper, mica, etc. And you study about the chemical composition and physical properties of these minerals in your science subject, isn't it? We all know that minerals are the gift of nature as they are present in nature. You know that we find minerals even in our food, and most of the objects or things are made of minerals. You know that minerals are needed for the expansion of all the three sectors of economy, that is primary, secondary, and tertiary. The economic development of the country depends upon quantity and quality of mineral wealth. That's why they are said to contribute to the prosperity of a country. They are useful for industrial development, construction purpose, progress of transport and communication, trade, and commerce. Some minerals have great economic value, example, gold, diamond, etc. India is endowed with many minerals, as you can see in the picture, the different uses of minerals. Ore. First of all, iron ore. Now, what is ore? Ore means the deposit of a mixture from which mineral is extracted. Iron ore is ferrous metallic mineral. The chemical name of iron is ferrum, a Latin name, so its formula is Fe. It is an important raw material for the iron and steel industry. But few states, India, it is an important raw material for the iron and steel industry, and with large reserves of iron ore. It is found in many states, but few states are rich in iron ore. That is Odisha, Karnataka, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Telangana, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan are rich in the reserves of iron. So this is iron ore, and this is the extracted iron balls. And this is how the mines look like. Now, the regions. You have this map in your textbook. You have to learn this map as this chapter is allotted for map work. The largest producer of iron ore is Odisha, in India, mainly in the districts of Mayurbhanj. All are here: Mayurbhanj, Kionjhar, Sundargarh, Cuttack, and Korapat. And in Chhattisgarh, Bastar, Durg, and Jabalpur. In Jharkhand, Singhbhum, Palamau, Dhanbad, and Hazaribagh. And in Karnataka, Sandur, Hospete, Kemangundi, Kudremukh areas. Iron ore is also found in Goa, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, and Uttar Pradesh. India is the fourth largest producer of iron ore in the world. Nearly 35% of its production is consumed by iron and steel industry. The rest is exported to other countries. Manganese ore. See how beautiful it looks, very shiny. Manganese is the most important ferroalloy metal. India is one of the leading producer and exporter of manganese ore in the world. Again, Odisha, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka states are main producers of manganese ore, and Odisha is the largest possessor and producer of manganese ore in India. It is found in Sundargarh, Kalahandi, Koraput districts. Now, what are the uses of manganese? It has a wide range of uses. It is used mainly in the manufacture of steel, then used in dry batteries, paints, glass pottery, calico printing. It is known as jack of all traders among the minerals because of its many uses, and India is the fifth largest producer of manganese ore in the world. Bauxite, the main source of aluminium. Bauxite ore looks like this. Bauxite is the main source of aluminium. India has rich deposits of bauxite. The largest reservoir of bauxite is again Odisha, Jharkhand, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Tamil Nadu, and Madhya Pradesh. All these, this is the hub of mineral wealth in India. Odisha has largest reserve and is the biggest producer of bauxite ore in India. Its bauxite deposits are mainly found in again Kalahandi, Koraput, Sundargarh, Sambalpur districts. Bauxite ore is also found in many places in Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, in Gujarat, again in Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. Aluminium is called wonder metal because of its wide use right from the kitchen utensils to the spaceship. The next one is mica. Mica is important non-metallic mineral. Non-metallic mineral, it can be easily split into very thin transparent sheets. You can see the sheets look like this, and it is heat resistant. So the reserves of mica are largely found in Andhra Pradesh, Rajasthan, Jharkhand, and Bihar. Andhra Pradesh is the leading producer of mica in India. Most of its production coming from Nellore, Krishna, Vishakhapatnam, Godavari, and Anantapur districts. Uses of mica. Mica sheets are used in electrical industry, telephone, aeroplane, mobiles, and wireless communication. Because it is heat resistant, it is used in electrical industry. It is a non-metallic. That's why it is used in electrical industry. India is the largest producer and exporter of mica in the world. Recently, mica export has declined because synthetic mica is being produced in many countries. So these are the uses of mica. Now, the next one is power resources of India. Power resources. Now, what are power resources? The resources which are necessary for the generation of energy are called power resources. Can we do any work without energy in our body? How do we get energy in our body? By taking food, isn't it? Similarly, power resources are essential for economic development and for improving the standard of living of the people in a country. They play a major role in the development of industry. Can we imagine our life without power, without current? Isn't it? So, for everything, power resources are important for the development of industry, agriculture, commerce, transport, communication, etc., etc. And these are the power resources in the country. Now, according to the nature, on the basis of the nature, power resources can be divided as conventional and non-conventional. Conventional power resources are coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc. And non-conventional resources are solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, geothermal, biogas, etc. India needs to develop non-conventional resources to overcome the energy crisis. Now, the first conventional resource is coal, which is called the black diamond. It is a fuel substance of plant origin composed of large, largely of carbon. The vegetative matter, which was buried in the past, has changed into coal due to high temperature and pressure. Coal reserves of India are associated with two geological periods, namely Gondwana and Tertiary coal deposits. However, Gondwana coal is extensive and more important. This is the process of how the vegetative matter gets converted into coal after a period of long period of time due to pressure and heat. It goes deep inside the earth and gets converted into coal. Coal is an important source of power in India. It contributes 67% of total energy consumed in the country. It also provides many byproducts. See, coke in the solid form makes iron and other metals. This is the coal tar used to make dyes, drugs, and perfumes, and coal gas used as fuel in industries. The byproducts are also used as raw material in chemical industries, example dyes, plastics, synthetic fiber, rubber, etc. I have made this table for you to prepare the points in this way with these headings. Features, any mineral you can take it as features, uses, and regions. Now, distribution and production of ore, that is coal. Large reserves in the states are found in Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana, and West Bengal. See, again, this is the hub of coal. 96% of the total coal reserves of the country are found in these regions. Deposits are also found in Assam, Meghalaya, and Nagaland. This map is there for the examination. You have to learn this map, children. You have to learn to draw the map and mark these regions. India is the third largest producer of coal in the world. Now, one of the very important power resource is petroleum, which is called as what? Liquid gold. The word petroleum has been derived from two Latin words, petra, meaning rock, and oleum, meaning oil. So it is called rock oil. Petroleum is also known as liquid gold on account of its economic and strategic value. It is a fossil fuel. What do you mean by fossil fuel? Any fuel made from fossilized remains of plants and animals, example coal, petroleum, and natural gas, are called as fossil fuel. Now, see, this is how petroleum is found. Petroleum is mineral oil which is composed of hydrocarbons. It is an important fuel as well as raw material for many industries. It is an important source of commercial energy and is largely used for transport. It provides raw materials for various petrochemical industries such as synthetic rubber, synthetic fiber, drugs, fertilizers, dye stuffs, etc. Now, the distribution of petroleum in India. Most of the petroleum reserves are found in Bombay High. This is the Bombay High region, and in the state of Gujarat, Assam, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. Bombay High oil field has the largest reserves of petroleum and has the highest production of crude oil in India. Gujarat is the second leading oil producing area in India. Its important oil fields are Ankaleshwar, Cambay, Kalol, Navgond, Mahasena. Petroleum was first discovered in India in Makum in Assam. The main oil fields are Digbai, Naharkatia, all these are the regions. Naharkatia, Moran, Hugrijan, Sipsagar, and Rudrasagar. The other oil fields are located in the basin of deltas of Godavari, the Krishna, and Kaveri. This also is a important map for you. Now, the next important topic is hydroelectricity. Electricity generated from the force of falling water is called hydroelectricity. So when we say falling water, we have to imagine that it is the waterfalls. It is renewable, cheaper, and has high calorific value than coal and oil. It keeps the machines clean and it can easily be transmitted. The first hydroelectric power plant in India was installed at Darjeeling in West Bengal, but the real generation of hydel power was started in Shivanasamudra in the year 1902 on the river Kaveri. These are the other waterfalls, Barachukki and Gaganchukki, which are near Shivanasamudra. This is the table which shows the hydel power stations located in different states. This is one Bhadra Dam and KRS Dam. This is how you have to make points. These are some of the important waterfalls which are a treat to our eyes during monsoon, isn't it? You know, people across the world come to visit, see Joke Falls during monsoon season. This is Nagarjuna, Almaty, Idukki. The Idukki, it is a beautiful dam again. Paikara and Sri Sailam. The next power resource is nuclear power. The energy generated from the atomic mineral is called nuclear power. India has large reserves of atomic minerals, example uranium and thorium, which are required for the generation of nuclear energy. And also, India has good technical knowledge about producing this nuclear power. The first nuclear power plant was set up at Tarapur in 1969 in Maharashtra near Mumbai. Tarapur near Mumbai in Maharashtra. There are 7 nuclear power plants right now in India. Rana Pratap Sagar here in Rajasthan, then Kalpakam near Chennai in Tamil Nadu, Narora in Uttar Pradesh, then Kakrapara in Gujarat, Kakrapara in Gujarat, Kaiga in Karwar. This is Kaiga in Karwar in Karnataka, and Kundankulam in Tamil Nadu. These are the 7 nuclear power stations in Karnataka. Now there is a great need for non-conventional power resources. The main reasons for the energy crisis, but the production of energy is not sufficient. This causes energy crisis in India. It has adverse effect on, see, if there is no energy, no development of the country can take place, isn't it? It affects our industrial, agricultural, transportation, trade, and different areas of the country. Now, what are the causes for the crisis in India? That is meager power deposits and shortage of petroleum, poor quality of coal, uncertainty of rainfall, shortage of water for the generation of hydroelectricity, loss of power process in the process of transmission, limited use of non-conventional energy resources. Now, remedies. Measures to solve the energy crisis are: increase the production of petroleum and coal. Steps to be taken to have substitute for oil and coal. Importance must be given to increase water power generation and greater use of non-conventional source. There is urgent need to develop alternate power resources in India. These are the causes and the remedies which I read just now. So, if we start using the non-conventional source of energy, the crisis of the power energy can be met. Now, with this, I have completed the lesson, and these are the important questions. Please answer them. And another important thing is you should learn to draw the map of India and mark these major regions of iron ore and manganese, petroleum, coal, and nuclear plants. So, this lesson is there for map work. Please learn to draw the map and mark these places. I hope you have understood the lesson. The important slogan for us is: energy saved is energy generated. Be a responsible citizen and save energy. I hope you have understood the lesson. Thank you for watching the video. Have good day. Thank you.